Following last week's intense and harrowing episode, The Last of Us Season 2 transports us back in time for its 6th installment. Titled Feel Her Love, this episode shows us Pedro Pascal's return, allowing us to explore the memories Ellie reflects on as she seeks vengeance for Joel's death. Yes, it's a flashback episode. But before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like and comment on the video, and if you're able, please sign up for channel memberships for exclusive content, which really helps us out. Anyway, let's get back to this one. So, since the conclusion of Through the Valley, I've eagerly anticipated Pascal's comeback in The Last of Us, and this episode is as focused on Joel as it could possibly be, putting us through an emotional roller coaster. The way The Last of Us emphasizes its core themes has become almost overwhelming in Season 2. Nevertheless, the deep emotional resonance of Episode 6 makes me willing to overlook some of its heavy-handedness. Even amidst an apocalypse, the cycles of pain and fear that plague humanity remain unbroken, and Joel is no exception. The young Joel introduced in Episode 6 may not yet embody the hardened figure we recognize, but he is unmistakably familiar, willing to risk everything for his brother. This poignant episode begins with a vulnerable Joel grappling with the question of why parents inflict pain on their children, and it concludes with him coming to terms with his own imperfections, just like his father. Ramsey's performance shines even brighter with Pascal's presence as the two actors create a compelling dynamic even when their characters clash. In this episode, we witness the facets of Ellie that have been largely missing since the first season, and we experience her anguish as her resentment towards Joel threatens to consume her. While Episode 6 doesn't reveal anything new or unexpected, it still offers a valuable narrative. Understanding that Joel and Ellie have grown apart due to the lies that created a barrier between them is one thing, but witness them confront this issue directly is another. Remarkably, The Last of Us deepens the sorrow of Joel's demise, providing a fleeting sense of misguided hope, allowing us to envision a scenario where Ellie might find it in her heart to forgive him. Yet, paradoxically, it's his death that enables Ellie to come to terms with his shortcomings and move forward. She is redirecting the anger she once held towards Joel's memory and channeling it towards the very tangible Abby. The episode illustrates how close Ellie is to rationalizing the relentless violence in the same way Joel did. Additionally, Episode 6 sheds light on the events involving Joel and Gail's husband Eugene, portrayed by Joe Pantoliano. Regrettably, the reality is almost more devastating than we could have anticipated. When given a chance to regain a fragment of Ellie's trust and allow his humanity to prevail, Joel succumbs to his fears once more. The lies serve as the salt in the wound, compelling Ellie to confront him in the season's most gut-wrenching scene. As they stand on the porch bearing their souls, all I wish for is that Joel could have had just one more day. Joel is not just defined by his dark deeds or his selfless acts, he is a richly layered character. Pascal's portrayal is so powerful that it allows The Last of Us's narrative to resonate with our own experiences. This episode captures both the joyful and painful moments in life. The deceptions do not erase the memories. Just as Ellie struggles to reconcile the happy moments with Joel's actions, she may never fully forgive him, but her true revenge lies in being deprived of the opportunity to discover her own feelings. Although Joel may not have realized the impact of his final words to Ellie, the writers certainly did. The story is now leading to Ellie's pivotal decisions in the season finale, which will shape whether she follows in Joel's footsteps, allowing her pain and sorrow to dictate her path. Despite Joel's horrific past, we continue to root for him, and the same will apply to Ellie. However, it remains uncertain if the other characters in The Last of Us will be able to overlook the consequences of her perilous journey. My main worry as we approach this season finale is whether this lull in action has arrived too late in the season. While we cannot forget the violent circumstances surrounding Ellie, using the second to last episode for flashbacks feels like an awkward setup for an exhilarating conclusion. Nevertheless, the story is far from finished, and Season 3 promises to delve deeper into the narrative. Yet, Episode 6 indicates that The Last of Us Season 2 will conclude all too quickly. While the episode may have provided a respite from the intense violence from the previous two, it still holds a certain brutality that is hard to digest. Although we aren't witnessing Joel's brutal demise again, the flashback serves to deepen the emotional wounds. We observe the tumultuous journey of Joel and Ellie's relationship as it fractures and attempts to heal, all the while understanding that true reconciliation is out of reach. Ellie's thirst for vengeance becomes clearer when we realize that Abby has robbed her of the opportunity to forgive Joel. Now, all she can do is seek forgiveness for his memory.